Hello everyone, I am Rahul. So today we are going to deal with the disease Kala-Azar. What is it? What are its symptoms? How it is caused? And what is its treatment and prevention and all. So let's move ahead. Now coming to the initial introduction. Now Kala-Azar is a disease caused by a parasite of genus Leishmania. And in India, Leishmania donovani is the only parasite causing this disease. Now it is a protozoan parasite. Protozoans are single celled eukaryotes. Endemic means or indigenous means it is native. That is, it was originated here only. Fine. Now Leishmania donovani is the scientific name. It came from two scientists who have discovered this parasite. Leishmania was discovered by William Leishman while treating a soldier who died from this disease. Fine. First of all, it was identified in Jessore, Bangladesh, and this soldier died in Dum Dum. So it is also called Dum Dum fever. Dum Dum fever. Fine, you should remember that. Now it is also called visceral leishmaniasis. It is called visceral because this disease affects the internal organs of human body. So it is a major health risk around the country, especially in the eastern states. That I will deal later. Which are those states? So it is most neglected vector-borne disease. Most neglected. You should remember it is most neglected. So the carrier or vector of this parasite is sandfly of genus Phlebotomus urgentypes. This is the scientific name of sandfly. Now scientific names consist of genus and species. This is genus, Phlebotomus urgentypes is species. Similarly, Leishmania is genus, Donovani is species. In Africa also this disease is there by the same parasite, Leishmania donovani, that is same species. But in America and southern Europe, the species is different. It is Leishmania infantum or chagasi. Leishmania chagasi it is also called. Fine. So humans are the only reservoir of infection. It is called anthroponotic. That is, only humans are infected by this sandfly or bitten by the sandfly through which that parasite is transferred. So let's move to the next slide. Now this slide shows you how the parasite is transferred. First of all, parasite is inside the sandfly. This is sandfly. Fine. So inside the gut of the sandfly, this parasite reproduces. After the reproduction, it enters the mouth parts. When the sandfly bites the humans, so it gets inside the humans and it affects various organs that will be telling you, like liver, spleen and bone marrow. And when it is infected inside the humans, it is the parasite is called a mastigotes. This is the observable stage that we can find out that there is infection of this parasite, a mastigote. Fine. Then again a sandfly bites. Then again it gets transferred to the sandfly where it reproduces. Again it bites some other human. So this cycle continues. So let's move ahead. Now sandfly. Talking about a sandfly, which is a vector. Vector means which carries the parasite. Sandfly is a small insect. It is 1/4 of the size of the mosquito. Its length is only 1.5 to 3.55 millimeter. Very small in size. So you can't even identify easily that where it is. So it has erect large wings and long hairs completely covering the body. Fine. So life cycle consists of egg, larva, pupa, adult. So this is called, do you know what this is called? This is called metamorphosis. Similar thing happens in case of butterfly. That is changing from one stage to another till it reaches the adult stage. Fine. So the whole cycle takes more than a month, and its duration but depends upon the temperature and other ecological conditions. So there should be relative humidity, warm temperature, high subsoil water, and abundance of vegetation. That is in more profusely covered area. That is where there is more vegetation, like tropical rainforest kind of areas. This sandfly survives. So sandflies breed in favorable microclimate conditions, that is high organic matter, and which serve as food for larvae. Fine. And it cannot withstand desiccation. It cannot grow in dry areas. So very important. It is very fragile, so it cannot grow in dry areas. Now sign and symptoms. What happens when you get this disease? First of all, there is recurrent fever. A fever comes again and again and with more intensity. So progressive emaciation, that is very lean, loss of fat. Then spleen enlarges, very large spleen becomes. Then liver also enlarges. Then bone marrow is also affected. Then this light colored person show grayish discoloration of skin of hands, feet and abdomen, and that's why this disease is also called black fever, Kala-Azar in Hindi. Anemia also develops rapidly in this disease. So the problem or the growing mortality due to this disease is due to its neglected nature, otherwise it would have been eliminated. So therefore it's remain unaddressed in, especially in rural hamlets. So the environment where these families, rural families live with, have rampant sand flies, rampant, huge breeding of sand flies there. For example, mangroves, where the sand flies rest. So nearby the mangroves, the homes or small huts are made of thatches roof, small like bhusa that we call, that the cow eats, that is used to make the roof, due to which the sandfly can easily enter and bite the humans. So a number of homes have to be made insecticide proof, so that they are not able to enter inside. There also needs to have a spray of insecticides, and bed nets should be there to cover the bamboo and mud plasters that we have in the rural homes. So let's move ahead. Now 90% of the cases are in India, Bangladesh, Nepal, Sudan and Bhutan. Sorry, Brazil. So 90% of the cases means out of total 2 lakh to 4 lakh cases, 90% are in these 5 countries. So we should have more initiative in these 5 countries. In Pakur district in Jharkhand, Kala-Azar is widespread, as it is found in tribal families who do not have access to diagnosis and treatment. And one more stage of this disease is post Kala-Azar dermal leishmaniasis. That is, it invades, or the parasite invades skin cells and resides and develops there and causes a dermal lesions. It is kind of a patch of skin which is of different color, grayish color, because the parasite is growing there. It remains unaddressed also if it is not cured properly, and also it comes out after 1 or 2 years of the normal Kala-Azar. 1 or 2 years after the normal Kala-Azar, this PKDL or post Kala-Azar dermal leishmaniasis comes out. Let's move ahead. So what is the extent of problem in India? Now it is mainly endemic in Bihar, Jharkhand, UP and West Bengal. 54 districts are endemic of this disease, and sporadic cases are reported in some other districts. Approximately 16.54 crore people are at risk in these 4 states. and mostly people are from poor socio-economic background who have less know-how of hygiene and health. So let's move ahead. Now these are the areas that I want to tell you. Jharkhand, this area in Jharkhand, then West Bengal, Bihar, most of the districts, and UP eastern districts, some eastern districts. Now I wanted to tell you one more interesting thing is Upendranath Brahmachari was nominated for Nobel Prize in 1929 for his discovery of ureastibamine, which is an antimonal compound which can treat the Kala-Azar and the post-Kala-Azar dermal leishmaniasis. But he didn't got eventually or unfortunately. Now how it can be prevented? First of all, parathyroid sprays. These are the insecticide sprays that we spray inside our homes. Then we should have mosquito nets or machardani. We should create awareness. Then treatment is by pentavalent antimonials. This is traditional treatment which normally we used to do. Now the treatment is by liposomal amphotericin B. Liposomal is kind of a nanoparticle in which amphotericin B drug powder or in some other formulation is put, and then it is given as a intermuscular injection. Fine. So thank you everyone. Please like, comment and subscribe to www.decipherisc and please like our Facebook page.